All right, here's where the pavement hits the road. Phase 2 of your timed eating protocol. All right, the major things we're doing in this next phase. Wait a second. Before we even talk to you about what we're going to do in phase 2, there's a difference between a week and a phase. Some people won't make it to phase 2 until their second week or their third week. Some people are ready to go to phase 2 now. So the beautiful thing about this program is you go at your own pace. However, the more aggressive you are, the faster you'll get there. So don't feel like you need to go right to phase 2. You can stay at phase 1 as long as you need to. And that applies to your daily fast fed rhythm, your timed eating protocol, your calorie accountability number, your meal plan. You always have a choice of how fast you want to go. So remember, phases don't mean weeks. They are just the next evolution of what you're already doing. Everything builds on the last thing you did, and it's meant to be, well, it's an evolving, lifestyle changing program. So with that being said, here's what we're doing. And by the way, when I say aggressive is what I want you to be, and as long as it takes, get there. You have to be aggressive when you're making a major change in your life. So just doing the easy way for too long is not going to work. So the sooner you can get aggressive, the better. It's my view that everyone needs to follow the aggressive as fast as they can, because that tells your body you mean business. All right, we're switching it to a 4-hour eating window every day of the week except for one. On one day of the week, we're gonna go for it. We're gonna shrink our eating window to 2 hours. So instead of a 6-hour eating window, we're gonna shrink it to 4. And one day of the week, we're going to start preparing for our GH fast. And that means we're going to eat for only 2 hours. So during that 2-hour meal, you basically can eat that whole time. So that's what I do. I like to have a little appetizer, a little snack, a little tasty dinner. But you eat until you feel good, but it's one meal with lots of calories. But you don't stuff yourself. It's a beautiful thing. This is when we start really making some difference. Now, if you're not ready for the advanced path, no worries. The moderate path, we're going to go with a 6-hour eating window, and we are going to do a 4-hour advanced prep. And you're basically getting prepped to go to the advanced level, to the aggressive level. So if you're at the moderate level, no problem. Let's shrink our eating windows to 6 hours, and let's have one day of the week that we do a 4-hour. So whichever one you're on, be there, but make sure we're making progress as we go. Now, how do you keep track of when you're doing your 2-hour, when you're doing your 4-hour, blah, 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 blah? I'm glad you asked. So in the downloads, you can download your own TEP plan, and you essentially are going to plan it out on this day, on this side. You're going to plan your week in advance, and then you will do your actual results, because sometimes you start sooner than later on this side. So here's how it would look. I'm ready to go high tech on you. I'm doing the advance. I'm going to start eating each day at 3 p.m. and I'm going to stop at 7 p.m. Boom, boom. And here, I'm going to move my thing over there so it looks like I'm looking. 3 p.m. on this day, 7 p.m. on this day. And I decided that I want to do my extended one on Thursday. So on Thursday, I'm actually going to start eating at 5 p.m. and starting at 7 p.m. So this is our first protocol variance. And we're going to do more of these as we go. The rest of the week will be the same. Ooh, ciao. Okay. Not sure why it's doing this to me, but wonder if I can undo that. Anyway, my fingers are too big. Getting high tech on you. So the rest of the week is going to be 3 to 7, 3 to 7, 3 to 7. Now in phase 3, we're actually going to vary this even more. But this is my big day. That's why I'm going to shrink it to 2 hours. Now that's my plan. Yes, this is what I'm planning to do. All right, fast forward. On Monday, I started late because I wasn't hungry, 3:15. And I ended at 6:45. Awesome, I did better than usual. On Tuesday, I started at 3:45. I ended at 7:30. So I'm going to keep track of what actually happens on this day. On Wednesday, I was starving. I was so hungry. So I started at 1 p.m. and I ended at 6 p.m. So a little longer on Wednesday. Thursday, I'm ready to go though. I started at 5:10 p.m. and I ended at 6:55. You being accountable for this and sharing it with us is imperative. We cannot be arbitrary about these times. You need to see if you're starting. The later you start, the better. And the earlier you finish, the better. Right now, you're in the place where the smaller we can shrink that eating window, the better it is. Friday, I was hungry. I started at 1 p.m. and I ended at 7. I gave myself some grace to do that. On Saturday, I got right back on schedule, 3 to 7 on the dot. Sunday, I started a little earlier, but I finished earlier too. Now, I didn't hit my week perfect, but I know what I did. I know that on this day I went 3.5 hours. Awesome. On this day, I went a little longer. On this day, I went 5. On this day, this one day was a star. So it's a win. It's a win for the week because we hit that one. This one we went 6, not as good as we want. This one we hit right on the dot, 4. And this one we hit 5. Overall, pretty darn good week, especially when we're just training our body to do it. But that's how you'll use your timed eating protocol. And again, the choice is yours if you're going to go advanced or beginning. However, whatever you're going to do, start using this protocol, and you should also be documenting this in your fasting, food, and feelings journal. I hope you haven't forgotten about that. All right, Coach Tom, most grateful man on the planet. You can watch this video again and again, and you can download the PDF or the image version of this, print it out, make it happen. Talk to you in the next video.